All right, what is up, YouTube? Welcome to another draft. We got kind of a banger of a pack. This pack's loaded. So we've got the rare here, Choco Seeker of Paradise. Pretty solid card, you know, 3 colors and all that. But I do like this card. It's pretty good. There's gray monocolored options in the pack though, so I don't think we're gonna take Choco. We might take a different Choco Comet. Gonna highlight that one. I do think that's the best card in the pack. We've also got Counterspell, which is great. Thunder Magic, Ice Magic. Great cards, White Mage's Staff. Yeah, like, Treachery. This is a really, really loaded pack. I actually would not be surprised if we get something good back here. So, yeah, I'm going to take the Choco Comet. I think you could also take Counterspell. That would be pretty reasonable, too. Honestly, like, there's a lot of reasonable stuff here. But I will take Choco Comet. Have a slight bit of hesitation on that, just because red is, I think, the least flexible color, given that there's just, like, not as many good red playables as the other colors. But, you know, it's okay. I think a Choco Comet's a Choco Comet. I can splash it in some green deck if I really want to. All right, so now we've got a Garland. I like Garland a lot. We've also got Dreams of Laguna. Dreams of Laguna is great. Pretty close here. I'm probably just going to take the Dreams because it goes pretty nicely with the Choco Comet in that, you know, card draw helps you hit your land drops. Garland does too, right? Garland, if you really need to dig to lands to get like a Choco Comet for a big number, it does that. But just like card advantage is really good for a card like this where you really want to be hitting lands 6 and 7 sometimes. And of course, you know, blue-red's a good deck, so that's a factor here too. But would not fault anybody if they want to take Garland. I guess this is actually probably, you know, this pick might be slightly surprising to some folks, that I'm taking Dreams this highly. I take Dreams this highly generally. I think it's excellent. Very happy to take it this highly. All right, now what do we have? We've got Combat Tutorial. Same idea, you know, Choco Comet plus Combat Tutorial is pretty good. Prompto Argentum, also a fine 2-drop. I think I'm probably just going to take Tutorial. The other cards I'm looking at, like Call the Mountain Chocobo, pretty good with the Choco Comet. Lots of cards to help us hit land drops in this pack, and in these colors too. So yeah, I'm going to take the Tutorial because blue is great, and you know, if I do end up in a blue-based deck, or sorry, a red-blue based deck, I would like it to be a bit more blue-heavy than red-heavy. Again, just the idea that it's more good blue cards than red cards, especially this pack where we've got a Dragoon's Wyvern and a side quest card collection. I'm going to take the Wyvern. I do think it's a slightly better card, but card collection's awesome. Card collection is one of my... on my list of underrated cards in the format. I think this card gets no respect, basically. I think it deserves a lot of respect. The filtering's great. You flip into a vehicle pretty often. Filling the gray is great. Not as good as Wyvern, but, you know, maybe, you know, part of this is that even if I thought that the Wyvern was a little bit worse, I still might take the Wyvern because I think it's so disrespected. I think that the side quest is so disrespected that it might actually wheel. We'll see. Happy to take another Dreams here, though. There's a White Mage's Staff as, I think, the next best card. And this is nice. I haven't been... This week has been tough to get into a heavy blue deck. I think people have picked up that blue is awesome. But, you know, seems like it's slow in here. All right, now what do we see? We see a Light of Judgment, a Traitor, an Ash. So kind of like, you know, filler, nothing amazing kind of cards. I think I'm probably going to take Light of Judgment. I don't mind this card in blue-red. As just like, you know, I mean, 1, it triggers your blue-red payoffs if we pick up those, but 2, just kind of like a okay clunker removal spell. I like it better than Elder, I think. And yeah, Ash is a card I'll take sometimes if I'm already in blue-white, but it's not a card I like getting into blue-white for. A Grixis card, Anella. All right, this card doesn't do too much. We'll read it out, though. This is 5 mana, Grixis mana. Eminence. Whenever another non-token wizard you control enters, if Kuja is in the command zone or on the battlefield, you may pay 1. And if you do, you make a copy of that wizard. It gains haste to sack it at the end step. Not a great card. It's a little bit too clunky. Infantry is great, though. And I am happy with this blue start. Or the red cards, actually. I was going to say blue start for a blue-white deck, but, you know, this plus some white cards would be good. And we have seen some hints of white being open. All right, and Lance here is more than a hint. This is hitting us over the head. That white seems to be pretty open. Also a suplex, so that's also nice. So I guess right now, we're somewhere in the Jeskai space, definitely. White seems to be pretty open to this table, and kind of evidenced by Geote and White Mage's Staff wheeling too. So we'll just kind of figure out if we want to pair it with our blue or our red. And because of that, I'm going to take the Staff. I actually think Staff might just be better than Geote in general. If not, they're very, very close, and the flexibility is definitely worth taking here. All right, now we get a Weapons Vendor. Some red cards that I think are not spectacular. So yeah, looks good. To make Weapons Vendor good, I think you really want something in the neighborhood of like 4 or 5 equipment. We've already got 2 though, so we're well on our way. Now we've got Chocomog or Called Mountain Chocobo. This is more of a blue-white card. This is more of a red-blue card. All right, then we get another vendor. Cool. Oh, wow. Okay, White Mage Staff Wheels. Yeah, so white just very, very open. And we'll kind of just figure out what their secondary color is. I kind of imagine it's going to be blue, given that we really didn't see that much red. We saw the Geote wheel, right? The red, white, gold card. That wheeled. But I don't really see that as big of a signal or anything. So a little something there, but... Okay, we've got a nice rare, this Planisphere. So it gets bigger for each non-creature you cast, and we've got a lot of those. Currently, most of our things are non-creatures. We've also got Zidane, which I do think is a better card in red-white than this is in, like, a blue deck. But it's very close. It's very close. I don't think I'm going to be non-white. Like, I think we've pretty much guaranteed we're going to be white. So it's not like this gives us that much more flexibility over Zidane, right? If I thought it was maybe going to be blue-red, there's some flexibility there. So what's my call here? I still think I take the equipment. Like, this is going to be very good in blue-white, and we also want more equipment for the vendor. And if I were to guess, I would imagine we end up in blue rather than red, just how, considering how not that open red has been. Okay, now we get an infantry. That's great. There's a Xenos here. There's a really good pack for the black-green drafters who are on the other side of this, which is good. You know, it's always good to pass cards of colors you're absolutely not in pack 2. Sets you up for pack 3 pretty nicely. But yeah, looks good. Ice Magic, a card I'd be happy with. Summon Primal Garuda is a card that I never really take highly. It's always fine. You know, it's gonna be like something in the 18th to 23rd playable in my deck generally. Unless I'm like some sort of weird Naya Saga deck, which happens from time to time. I actually had I played a few of the Arena Opens, or so the Arena Directs, the Winna boxes, and I opened up a pretty sweet Naya enchantment pool, which, you know, hasn't come together for me in draft before. But yeah, that is somewhere where I'd play Primal Garuda quite happily. Anyways, let's back to this draft here. I'm just gonna take an Ice Magic, a Suplex, a Freya. I mean, Freya looks really good in this deck, I will admit. So yeah, where does that land us? I still just think Ice Magic, yeah. And there's another one. There's an Oron's Inspiration, which I think is mostly a green-white card, but you can play it in some white decks. Just like, you know, not mono-white, but non-green white decks. The idea being that I think green-white just gives you access to the most cards that give you multiple bodies, like Summon Fat Chocobo. There's another green card or 2 that does that. But if you have like a lot of infantries, Inspiration's a fine card. Yeah, let's just take good interaction, though. And here's a Sahagin. I will take that over our sick gold card, Dovin's Veto. Not too tempted by that, of course. All right, another combat tutorial, a Castle Guard. So I'm going to put these red cards in the sideboard. I think we're kind of locked in now to the blue-white. Not super sold on this Summon Chocomog. We'll see where that lands. I'm going to kind of put that over here. Okay, so what's our creature count? Pretty good when you consider our job select equipment. So yeah, I think I just take another combat tutorial there. Here's a Snowvilliers, which is a pretty filler card in my mind. Yeah, nothing else exciting though, so we'll take that. Blue-white land's great though. Yeah, anytime I can just improve my mana base when my deck is already looking really good. I'm very excited about that. And a Gallicat. Yeah, that's good. Artifact count is decent. 6. Yeah, I think I want, you know, maybe 3 or 4 more to really make this cat on as often as possible. But happy to get it 9th. All right, and then just some stuff. Just some stuff. Yeah, nothing important. Okay, so looking at this deck, we have a pretty good shell. What does it need, though? What would I really like if I had my pick of things to play? Or things I will see in pack 3? We're kind of good on interaction. I mean, like, maybe 1 or 2 more interaction spells. I guess we only have 2. Ooh, Inspiration Wheels. I might play that. We'll see. But yeah, pretty good on threats. I guess a little more evasion, like more Dragoon's Wyverns. Who doesn't want more of those, you know? Like I mentioned, a little bit more equipment stuff to make these weapon vendors awesome. Okay, so now we get another Dreams Laguna and a Scorpion Sentinel. So, Sentinel helps the Gallicat count, but it also is a 1-4 in our pretty aggressive deck. I mean, it turns on eventually, of course, but I do think this is more for... like, I like it more in decks that are looking to get to 7 mana. We're not really looking to get to 7 mana in this deck. I don't think so. I mean, I'll play it sometimes when I care about artifacts a lot. And again, the card draw that we have helps us get to 7 mana. So it'll happen sometimes. But I think I'm just going to take Dreams. The third one is getting to the point where it's like, okay, I've got like 3 Dreams Laguna, 2 Combat Tutorial. We're probably getting to the point where I won't take any more. But it makes the Sahagin good, so... Not, you know, that's a reason for me to take more card draw. And I don't need any more excuses. And Swallow's great. You know, very happy to see this here. Tempted by this ever so slightly, but, you know, Swallow is excellent. Ooh, speaking of excellence, another Lance. Yes, please. We might wheel Sahagin. We might wheel Gallicat from this pack. There's also an Ultima. Not very interested in this card in this deck, but notable. Oh my god. Wow, this deck's gonna be really, really good. Just triple Lance? Yeah. Okay. I'll take it. Yeah, now our weapons vendors look awesome. I'm very happy to play 2 here. And I might even play a 3rd. If I saw a 3rd, I might play that. And that's pretty rare. I actually usually only play like 2 max. But this deck with like triple Lance, that makes me want to play it. Also, you know, I was talking about me being like, oh, you know, we have so much card draw. Oh, here's another one. Speak of the devil. But it also makes the Planispheres really good. One little thing about Planisphere is it's a really, really good combo with Combat Tutorial, right? Because you go Planisphere on 2, Combat Tutorial on 3. Not only have you cast a non-creature spell, but you've also drawn your 3rd card per turn, and you also put a +1/+1 counter on this thing. So it attacks for a lot. It attacks for a lot on turn 3. All right. Ooh, You're Not Alone versus Lionheart. I like both these cards a lot, and I think I'm gonna go with You're Not Alone, given our pretty high creature count. Let's see. We've got 6 + 8, so we got 14. Actually, a little bit lower than I expected. Kind of want like 16 creatures to really make You're Not Alone awesome. This is close. I'm gonna go with the Lionheart, I think, given the triple weapons vendor and the Gallicat that we want to really make sure the Gallicat's on. Okay, now we have Coral or Castle Guard. I think I'd probably take the Coral over Castle Guard. Castle Guard is nice because it wears equipment well. Like, it, you know, you trade and then you make a token and you can put the equipment on that. But we did end up slightly light on interaction. Like, we didn't really pick up any interaction this pack. Ooh, geez. Okay, so I have to take another one or take You're Not Alone. I'm going to take the You're Not Alone here. So yeah, just like having something on the ground to tap down my opponent's creatures while I'm flying over. Not die to a, you know, random 6/6 trampler or something. But yeah, deck's looking good. We've got some cuts to make. Yeah, just whatever. Yeah, some cuts to make here, but in a good spot. Ooh, Gallicat comes around too. We're going to play that, I think. Because our artifact count is now 9. Do I have anything on the board that ups that? I don't. Okay. To be decided. To be decided if we're actually going to play a Gallicat number 2. I think 9 is, like, just on the edge of comfortable. Oh, wow. Okay. Slash is awesome. I was just saying I'm a little bit light on interaction. And Slash looks really good here. With all these equipment. Yeah, I'm hoping I don't have to cut some number of these card draw spells, but that might be the tough cut I have to make. All right, let's bring it all out, shall we? And just bring it all back in after. So, yeah, bring the premium stuff first. The cards we know we're not going to cut. Gonna put in the first 2 dreams. Not sure what the second. Not quite sure about the third one yet. This looks pretty good. Double infantry, of course. I said 3 weapons vendors. I could see cutting the fourth one. Or, sorry, the third one. Just playing 2. Currently, we're at not enough creatures. That's 12. So we probably are going to be playing at least 1 Gallicat. After picking up Slash of Light, which I think we're going to play, do I now still want the Coral? I guess not. I guess probably not. Especially because our mana is going to be fairly tied up with, like, you know, Dreams Laguna, Combat Tutorial. We're going to have a lot to do with our mana. I don't think tapping is that often going to be the thing we want to do with the mana. So if we just go Gallicat in, so that brings our creature count to, if we're counting our drops like 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 8. So yeah, still 14. So I think no, you're not alone. Although, you know, it would be fine here. I don't think 14 is like critically low where you can't play it. It just, we're making tough cuts here. That's what I think I'm going to end up cutting. And yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, leaving a Dreams Laguna on the side, but it's a sacrifice I guess I'll have to make here. All right, let's run this and yeah, see how it goes. Deck looks good. Hey, yeah, okay, so we got the nice combo I was talking about. Planisphere into Tutorial. Have good mana. Drill Lance, what's not to love? They play a Balam Garden. Good card. All right, and a Scorpion Sentinel. Okay, so this is a decision to make here. I could play the Planisphere, planning to Tutorial on 3. Could also just play the Lance and force him to respond there. Like, Lance and Tutorial just seems pretty good, too. Although, I guess if this is my turn 3 play, I want to play this, because, well, I guess all my things are non-creatures. I was going to say, I was thinking for a second that only this triggered the Planisphere, but no, this triggers the Planisphere first. My logic was, well, if I'm going to cast this on turn 3, I want to make sure I get my value. But yeah, it doesn't actually matter. So maybe that was the wrong way to think about it. All right. In any case, let's just go Tutorial and hope this works. Okay. So far, it's worked. All right, we hit them for 4. We cast a Dreams Laguna. I'm jealous. I haven't cast my Dreams Laguna yet. All right, and I chose to keep on top as well. Good to know, good to know. Gain 2. And a map. Okay, okay. Okay, so this is just going to be Lance into Staff, into attack. I could see them having like a Stuck in Summoner Sanctum here or something. Oh! No, looks like they don't have that. Looks like they are just going to die. Okay, cool. Well, I would love to do that again, so let's see if we can. Okay, well, no plans here, but good hand. Probably going to start on the Staff. Black-white land. Okay. Yeah, I've been seeing a little bit more black-white lately, by the way, because I think the black-white gold cards... Ooh, a little bit late there, buddy. The black-white gold cards are... Sorry, I said I was going to play Staff, but now that I play a 2-1, let's just play this. Some of the more... I don't know if I want to say undervalued, because I don't think they're awesome. Like the 2-2 Menace, when something dies, put a counter on it, and Rufus, the 2-4. Like, solid cards. But point being, you get them a little bit later than you would some other pretty good cards. So, yeah, I think you know, keep an eye out for black-white. I've seen some pretty good black-white decks out there lately. They play Phoenix Down and missed a land drop. Okay, so let's attack. And one thing I do really want to do in this hand is make sure I keep hitting land drops. So I think what I'm going to do is infantry. Or hold on. How do we do this? Yeah, infantry first. I was thinking about dreams first because I've got a tap land in my deck, blue-white tap land, but I guess there's no way to cast Dreams, play a tap land, and play infantry. So yeah. We're just play infantry, play a land, and try to hit my 4th land. The double Phoenix down. This kind of makes me think they have Dion in their deck. At least for me. That's when I mostly play Phoenix down, when I've got Dion. I mean, I guess there's a myriad of pretty good 4-mana bombs that you might want to get back, but yeah, I always think Dion when I see Phoenix down. Okay, so we did not draw a land, unfortunately. Would have been very nice. Guess we just get in with Sahagin, and I want to play a white card here. So that if I draw another island, I can double spell next turn. So yeah, I guess we just get in and play a Lance. Skeleton, Spirit, or Zombie. I don't think we randomly have any of those in our deck, thankfully. Okay, they hit. We play, find a Gallicat. All right, let's get in. Gallicat's a pretty good draw. All right, let's see that Dion. Let's see land Dion. All right, Gallicat of their own. Tis fine, tis fine. We're just gonna go. I was gonna say we're just gonna go Slash. But I guess I don't mind Ice Magicking this instead. Like, they replay it next turn, great. And if they do play Dion, I guess I would want to kill that instead. Oh, maybe not, because they've got Phoenix down. So maybe I want to actually bounce Dion. Or maybe Dion doesn't even matter, if that's the card they have. Yeah, you know what? Let's just go... Same logic as before. Let's just go Slash, because if I draw Island next turn, I might want to double spell with white card. Yeah, just like this. A block, okay. Yeah, it makes sense. Oh, sorry, I just realized I don't have a second white card I could play. So my logic of like why I chose to use my white spell there doesn't really make any sense. I don't think it matters either way. I was kind of like just looking for like a little edge as to like why I might want to cast Magic or Slash. All right, well, let's see what you got. Rufus, okay. Not Dion. so maybe not. Maybe they don't have Dion in their deck. Plan's great. How do we want to do this? So I'm getting in for quite a bit. I guess the tiebreaker should have been I've got Ice Magic and Sahagin. So I made the right decision just without thinking about it. Okay, so I can get in for 7 this turn. Yeah, that seems pretty good. So let's do this. Yeah, especially because now they need basically like Ultima, right? I don't think they can get out of this without a Wrath. Especially because I've got Lionheart in hand. Okay, there we go. Very nice. Well, yeah, the opponent was a little bit mana screwed, it seemed, and has double Phoenix down. That didn't really do much, but we'll take that. Yeah, looks good. We're missing some blue mana, but we can survive without it for a while here. Alright, draw a blue card. Not ideal. It's okay, though. Esper Origins. That's a good one. Yeah, Esper Origins is awesome. Surveil 2, gain 2, and then when they flash it back, it turns into a very good saga. Alright, we drew the island, which is great. Still just going to be mana efficient here, though, and play the Gallicat. Hopefully we draw another land, so we can go double 2-drop next turn. But if not, I probably just tutorial. They kept both on top with the origins, worth noting. Alright, Sleep Magic, sure. And Pew Pew UFO. Alright. Yeah, Pew Pew UFO is a little bit annoying. So, what do we do here? I guess tap land and Planisphere? Yeah, because then it's pretty likely I'll be able to tutorial into a land. And then we can play our 2-drop. Alright, so yeah, they cast Esper Origins. And yeah, sort of interesting, the decision here of, do I want to attack into their Esper Origins? I guess probably. I guess they're not going to be that likely to trade off. Like, thought is I lose a pretty good threat, but yeah, I don't think that matters that much. Oh, even better now, because we did draw the land. Yep. So now we get to attack for 5. Okay, yep. Give a little hover over here for those who have not seen this card. So, yeah, they get to make green now, so they can play some pretty big stuff or play multiple things now, and then overrun +2/+2 and trample. Or I guess mini overrun, overcome, not overrun. All right, I imagine our 5/5 goes bye to an eject, no less. Unfortunate. World map, okay. Staff, okay. So, how do I want to do this? I can equip the flyer, and then play the staff. And then next turn we can start attacking the flyer. Yep, they land. Their blue source. They could have put it into play too. I wonder if they just forgot. Ooh, Buster Sword. Hey, that's a good one. Okay, okay. Alrighty, we got a game. So they draw a card and they can cast a 5-drop here, or less. Summon Fat Choku. Yeah, it's a good 5-drop. Yeah, I need to answer this or win very quickly. And I guess answering it doesn't really sound that likely, right? Because like, I have to actually answer the sword. And Ice Magic would be pretty good. Okay, we didn't draw that, though. So what do we do? I can move over the staff here, and then still play infantry. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do, I guess. Hit for 5, gain 2 life. Oops. So, yeah, we're kind of just going to have to hope that they don't draw anything excellent. And we can race them. Ice Magic would be great here. Or even just like Dreams of Laguna. Just any way to get this Sahagan in. Like Dreams into an interaction spell would be pretty nice. Yep, hit for 3. Thankfully casting not as big of a thing this turn. Chocobo. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. Ice one. Okay, locks down the big boy. Okay, so we are going to just get in damage. So we've got, let's see, 8 mana. So I can go equip Dragoon, equip the staff. Yeah, that seems fine. Oh, hello? Yeah, this one. Marina does not... There we go. Maybe I'm just clicking the wrong spot. Alright, yeah. And we get in. Get life. Play land because they're not going to play any differently, I don't think. Knowing I have one unknown in hand, and also we've got all these equip costs that we might be moving around. Choco. Ooh, okay. Whenever one or more birds you control attack, that's a lot of birds they have. Look at that many cards, you may put one in your hand, and put any number of lands from among some of the battlefield. So that's pretty scary. I guess the thing is they can't afford to attack with too many birds here. Alright, if you're of me just hitting them back. But they do get to attack with, like, the summon. Oh, I wonder if they leave back the UFO. Yeah, that makes some sense. Yeah, okay. Okay, they don't. Never mind. Alright, so I'm taking, let's see, this is 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess we'll wait till this resolves to do some math. Okay, a little bit more. And everything is trampled too. Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 16. Could be 17 because they can pump this pew pew. So what do we do about that? I guess it's just a block, right? Block with Sahagin. Although, what do we feel? How do we feel about like blocking like that? Do I die? Take 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I die if they activate the pew pew. So we just block here. I don't think I put more in front because if I put more in front, like I'm gonna die next combat anyways, almost certainly. So okay, put me to 2. So yeah, not looking great. There's some draws that do it, but you know, they've got a free cast here and 4 mana. Dreams Lagoon is not bad. Okay. So what are we looking at here? What's the line? I guess just finding an interaction spell. And I don't think I can afford to move this Planisphere over to the flyer. So I'll just cast this. Like, I'd like to get the counter on the flyer, of course, but infantry, no thank you. And another lance. Oh. Yeah, well, that'll do if they don't have anything. It seems unlikely, but it will do if they don't have anything. All right. Show me what you got, opponent. Highlighting the hand there. Alright, yeah, that do. Alright, good game, well played. Buster Sword does Buster Sword things. More news at 11. Okie dokie. That was nice, great. Ooh, very nice, very nice. Okay, that's good. Oh! I was hasty here, missed a point. Didn't play my artifact first. I always think that this is, whenever you, like, it pumps on other magic type infantry. It's obviously not, though. Alright, so let's cast our Dreams. No, thank you. Okay, let's just attack. Vivi! Ooh, cool. Okay. Lance is nice. So, yeah, let's play Lance. And we get in. Streams. Been that. Okay, so, I mean, we've got a really good start. Vivi is kind of scary, but got a lot of good stuff going for us here. Imagine this might be a turn where they, like, kill this 4/4. They also seem to have some decent, reasonably large plans for this VV since they didn't block with it. Oh, okay. This is fine. Oh, I suppose they can still activate VV. Okay, so yeah, what to do here? Could just move this over and put them in a spot where they have to have a removal spell. Feels like fairly likely that they have something along those lines, though. I could also just, like, get in for 2, Gale a Cat, just kind of diversify my threats a bit. That seems pretty good. Yeah, so let's get in. Lay the Gale a Cat. And we want to move this Planisphere over. Yeah, probably, right? Okay, well, that was good enough. Sweet. The games we've been winning have been very quick. Okay, this one could do with an untapped land. Tap the deck. Hey, look. How does he keep getting away with it? I don't know. All right, Heck dies. Okay, we'll just pitch Dreams here, I think. All right, and play the Lance, pass the turn. Formed by Black Mages. All right, goodbye, infantry. We have enough stuff to do with our mana. I don't think the infantry is going to matter too much. And, ooh, nice. The flyer is more valuable here, I would say. Stealth Skin. Something you don't see every day. Okay. So, what do we do here? I can combat tutorial and put it on the Gale Cat. Could also just like white Mage's Staff to grow the Gale Cat and play tap land. Let's see. I mean, there's something to be said for playing the staff, because if I play the combat tutorial, put the counter on, you know, let's say the Gale Cat, could be the Lance. They might kill Gale Cat, and then, like, the Moogle gets in for a point of lifelink, which I guess isn't that big of a deal. I think I will just play the staff, though, and see what they do. Okay, so far it looks like nothing. Grahatia. Alright, that is a thing that can block my flyers. Weapons Vendor was great, though. Okay. So I can, like, Vendor put the staff on the Gale Cat, get in for a point of life. The next turn, put the Lance on the Gale Cat. Yeah, that looks good. Or, you know, combat tutorial. Oh, another Lance. Nice. Sure does help when you've got a lot of Lances in your deck. This goes on you. You get in for some life. Mm-hmm. Final days, that's fine. I care not about tapped creatures. Hagen, okay. So let's start with combat tutorial on the Gale Cat, I think. Okay. And yeah, let's just play Sahagin, because that's some unblockable damage with Dreams next turn. So I'll get the Lance over here. On you. Hit you for 6. Don't think they have any interaction. They would have used it already. So I feel pretty good going all in. Not that there's, like, too much else I could do. But, you know, that turn I might. If I thought they had interaction, I might play Sahagin and Flashback Dreams instead. I'm at 20, so I will just take it. Okay. Lance. What does Lance do? See, I'm assuming they don't have anything. I can go Dreams, trigger Sahagin. They have to chump Gallicat. And then I can also put a Lance on a 1/1, and that'll get him for some damage. No, thank you. Weapons under 2 ain't bad. Auto pay. You go here. They can give me a land with this and draw a card. They're probably going to do that, I would assume. Ah, okay. Okay. That wasn't bad. And make a bunch of 1/1 lifelinks. Okay, that's real. That's real. We got a little bit of the game on our hands now. Because if they can answer the Gallicat and just start attacking with these, we're in for a little bit of trouble. Yeah, and they're probably going to give me a land. Oh, that's why they that's why they attacked with the 2/2s last turn. Okay, yeah, and it's a good interaction spell too. So let's see. They go to 5, go to 11. I get to hit them for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's gonna be close. Actually, no, I don't even get to hit them for that much because they're gonna leave back Gratia. I guess you eat one of these 1/1s. And then we might play a little bit of a slower game, honestly. I'm taking a lot here, actually. So maybe it's best I do this. Or maybe a lifelink one. So this is, I'm taking 8 now. Yeah, okay. And then did I draw a card from Gratia? Okay, we draw land, so we vendor. I draw a staff. It's not bad. Okay, so what do we do with the staff here? This can't get in for an attack, right? Because I can go staff, equip. It'll be a 4/3, so no. So I guess we just go staff and lance and block for a bit. I guess I should put one of these equipments on Sahagin here. So let's go. Yes. Let's go. This goes on you. Okay. Oh, sorry. What? Why did I do something that was already equipped? I had this white mage staff. It's actually hiding behind my face, probably on the recording. Yeah, I didn't need to do this. This was silly. I could also have equipped the staff and then I get in a better block. Pretty big deal. At least we're not dying now, though. So if they are out of action, we're going to be sort of okay. Looks like, yeah, they're going to trade off something here. Yeah, so I just take one so they don't draw a card, I think. Although my life does matter here at this point, so I should probably block. I take it back. This also means they're filling their grave for this final days, which currently isn't doing too much. Alright, lifelinker. And Castle Guard. Okay. That was pretty good. Yeah, that was pretty dang good. Can I win? I think so. Lionheart deals 2 to their face. Sahuagin's unblockable. So they go to 9. Sahagin gains a counter. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, but then I equip the Lionheart, and that's lethal. Okay, cool. So as long as they don't have an interaction spell here, which I don't think they do. I guess they don't. We'll be okay. So Lionheart, you go here. And oh, sorry. Oh yeah, that's fine because I just equip one of the other creatures. Okay, so we go. Auto pay. This goes here. Auto pay. This goes here. And now we've got unblockable Sahagin and 2 flyers coming in. They're gonna like trade off a land and maybe they have a fatal push in their deck. All right, they didn't. Yeah, that was a really close one. That was extremely close. All right, well, glad we made it out of that one alive. Another phenomenal hand. Very nice. All right, so yeah, with our pick of 2s as well. Okay, so sequencing here. Let's see what's best. So I do want multiple artifacts down. That shouldn't be a problem. I can go Planisphere into Dreams. Probably not going to do that, though, so best just to get the Lance down. They're on Esper, or maybe a 4th color? Yeah, 4th color, too, okay. Multicolor stuff, which is generally kind of what I want to see when I'm playing the deck I'm playing. I want to see them spending some time to set up their mana. They play Rufus, another one of those we're seeing. Just play the Gallicats. And whether or not I block here is sort of interesting. I think I probably do. Like, this races me quite well. I do think 2 damage matters here. And there's not too much that punishes me for the block, especially if they're like a multicolor deck. You know, they're not that likely to be playing tricks. They could get me with like a -2, -2, but that's okay. Ooh, interesting. It's not one you see every day. All right. Huh. What do we do about that? I guess we attack in. And we have to play our Planisphere. So it's going to be a Planisphere plus... Plus what? Could be Dreams, could be Sahagin. The reason to Dreams is obviously we get a counter on the Planisphere. But Sahagin blocks the 2/2, so I think I'm more into that. Like, I don't think this is a... We're not clearly 100% the beatdown to the point where I'm just trying to deal, you know, make the play that deals as much damage as possible at all costs. Yeah, this is fine. No, we go. I do think I should keep pace with their board is kind of the idea. Ooh, Tella. Tella's scary. Alright, so whenever they cast a non-creature, they make a 1/1. And if it was 4 mana, they draw 2, and if it was 8 mana, I get dealt a ton of damage. Okay, so I can go Dreams into Wyvern here. Can also move over the Planisphere. I don't think I love that. I think I'm just into making multiple threats here. So let's go Dreams first. Yeah, I'll take a Gallicat. That's good. Just more flyers. Let's get in. Play our Gallicat. Just more power in the air over the Wyvern. Okay. Orsight hits, I imagine, the cat. They draw a card, make a token. It's pretty good. On Lance. Okay, yeah, that makes sense too, because now Cat doesn't get pumped. And Heck dies. Alright, I'll discard my dreams. It's a very depressing thing to say. I'll discard my dreams. No hope. No future. Alright, they play tap blue land. Fair enough. We draw planes. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to play the Wyvern. I think I'm going to Dreams. The question is, do I want to move over the Planisphere before I Dreams? I do have a lot of 2-mana white cards, so I don't think so. And I don't mind just growing this 3/3. It's a good blocker. Okay, no thank you. Combat Tutorial. I mean, it's not bad. Would prefer an artifact creature, but it's not bad. Let's get in. Big card draw spell. Draw 5. Whew. Jealous. Thinking again, it might have been better, even though I didn't do it pre-combat, I didn't want to, it might have been better to move the Planisphere over to one of these evasive creatures. Think I should have done that. Yeah, that was a mistake. I'm like burning 2 mana. As much as I said I want to grow this, I want to grow it to like a 3/3 so I can stop the 2/2s. I don't think it really matters being a 4/4. It's not like it's attacking in, really. I guess it stops Tella, but I don't think they're going to attack with Tella. Alright, Yellow Cat down. Combat Tutorial number 2. Okay. Yeah, so I think we're just going to tutorial on the Sahagin and then play Wyvern. Okay, yeah. Does Vendor change the equation here at all? Sorta, kinda. If I draw my equipment, like my other 2 lances, I'll definitely want the Vendor down. So I missed out on 2 points, basically, of this attacking next turn. But I get to see an extra card sooner. I get a card deeper. Yeah, I think it's probably worth it. I mean, yeah, it's not so bad. I'm very afraid of what they're going to do with a million cards in hand here. I feel like this is going to be a pretty darn good turn for them. So we'll kind of just reassess once they dump their hand. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, Lance is probably the best draw for me. Okay, Dion. That kills me real quick. As in, I'm pretty sure next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, that's like pretty lethal. So we have to find an Ice Magic here to be able to flip in response. Is there also a world I kill them? Probably not through 4 mana, right? They probably just have interaction. Okay, so let's go tutorial. It's likely they have interaction, but they might not. And if we don't draw the interaction, we have to just go for lethal. So I am going to still cast this. There's the Lance. Okay, okay. So casting Lance grows this to 9. It's not quite enough, right? Yeah, I'm 1 off. Oh no, I can cast the Mage Staff. Okay, I mean, that's my play. I doubt it works, like I said, but I kind of have to go for it here. I'm just dead next turn to Dion. You go here. Oh, wow. Okay. Didn't expect to win that. I kind of figured after they drew approximately 500 cards and had 4 mana up. But yeah. I guess it's good I didn't move that thing over after all. Alright, very nice, very nice. I think an underrated aspect of having a deck with a curve as good as ours is just your opening hands just always feel so nice. So nice and warm and fuzzy. Not having to mulligan feels very good. Alright, get in. Play our Wyvern. I think. Yeah, there's some, like, you know, if I was a supercomputer, I'd be able to calculate, like, how important is the extra potential point versus, like, how many artifacts do we have, what's the chances to draw. Like, there's some correct decision, considering that sometimes the top card in my library is an artifact here. I'm not quite smart enough to figure that out, though, so I'm just going to do the one that says 2 instead of 1 right now. Just an interesting thought there, though. Big sword, okay. Well, we drew it. So sad. All right, yeah, I guess we just bash with... could be everything. We get hit for 5, we're gaining 1. Probably just better to leave the 1/1 back. Although I guess that is probably, now I think about it, like, they're fairly likely to trade there. So, and like, they probably wouldn't trade a Town Greeter. So maybe that was worth it. Gigantode. Big old 4/4. Alright, so let's combat tutorial on our Wyvern. Play our Lance. Get in for 6. I always think this thing has reach. Thankfully, I remember before I go to combat, but it doesn't. It's just a 4/4. Alright, got kicked. Okay, Ochu. Alright, untap land would be great, so we can go like Lionheart equip. Love that for us. Ice magic. Okay, also not a bad draw. So what do we do here? I can White Mage Staff equip. That's reasonable. And then I'm presenting lethal at that point. And I'd be presenting next turn lethal, right? So I like hit them to 6 if we equip staff here. And then even if they kill one of these, they can go Lionheart plus equip. Not quite enough. I'd have to draw land to equip multiple equipment here. Okay, I kind of just like this. So I am still going to do that and just leave up Ice Magic, I think, because, well, no, I don't think. I take it back. I was going to say I maybe want to blow out another bounce spell. Or, sorry, a fight spell. But I think they would choose to fight spell both my flyers last turn rather than playing Ochu, right, if they had the second fight spell. So, I mean, sure, they could just draw it that turn, but my read is they don't have a fight spell, so it's better just to add to the board. Slash, get the second equipment in play if that matters. Yep, and with the 4/4. No blocks. Okay, so they have to have some sort of removal spell here. It doesn't really make sense for them not to. I mean, they could just be, you know, making me kill them. I can attack with both. They kill one. If it's Sephiroth's intervention, I like bounce. Well, I guess I can't bounce this thing. I could also Lionheart pre-combat and equip. I think I just see what's up here. I just get in and make them cast a removal spell, whatever it is. Okay, yeah, it is Sephiroth's intervention. So they're gonna go to 8. I hit them down. Yeah, this is okay. This is okay. Let's get in. And let's go equip here. Keep up ice magic and pass. Again, they're staring down lethal, so they gotta do something. Yep, 4/4 continues to get in. Ooh, Cloud of Darkness. All right, well, it's a good one, but not good enough here. Yep. There we go. Bounce the Cloud. And that's just lethal on board, but I'll show them the Lionheart. Why not? Boop. Attack. And yeah, it's a game. All right, cool. 6-1. Hoping for this to be the last game. Yeah, this hand is good enough. I mean, it has no threats, but we'll find some. We got a lot in our deck. This isn't a deck that I think needs to curve out at all costs. Okay, so let's cast Dreams first, get our information. Do not want another interaction spell. And what do we pitch here? I could pitch a land. I think that's fine. I think I'm more likely just to pitch this Dreams, though. Flash it back later. All right, combat tutorial up. And oh, still no threats. Okay. So yeah, gonna be a little bit of a slower one, it seems. Ooh, Emmet. Yeah, and it's pretty solid. 3 mana, 2/4 vigilance that they loot on entry and attacks, and transforms into a 6/6 flyer that can cast things out of their grave eventually, after a very long time. Good draw with the infantry. So now we'll play that, get our second copy. And yeah, this is not an immediate threat that I need to deal with right away. Yeah, tutorial. Totally fine. Yeah, they are seeing a lot of cards. Ooh, interesting. They're missing mana, it seems. Discard a green card. Play Forest. And play a Chocobo. Okay. Draw another land. Huh. This is probably a good time to put this back on top. And I think I do attack here. So we go put this on top. Attack. We trade for Heck Dies, but that's okay. Yeah, they redraw it. That's okay too. Okay, so I was trying to hit lands now. And they attack. Reasonable. We draw Lance. Very nice. So I think I'm gonna go Vendor, Lance, and attack. Don't think there's a world where I just Lance and equip. I don't think that's quite good enough. Ooh, second Lance. Nice. Alright. Let's get in. They block. Imagine they have something pretty nasty about to come down. Alright, not that nasty. Just a flyer. Sure, sure. And, this thing is still pretty far away from flipping. Could be an Arden, as the card they have that's about to come down. Always worried about Arden, you know? Okay, so we can flash this back, play a Lance, equip it. Another land, don't need that. Gallicat's not bad, though. Looks better just to do that, so we'll say no thanks, get in. I can see them not even blocking, honestly, yeah. They've got some good pressure on us. Nobody's returning. Okay. They flip. Nothing too amazing, honestly. They probably take Dreams. Then we get to put back Hecti, or put back, oh, they take Hecti. Is interesting. Get to put back Dreams. Wouldn't have expected that's what they did. I have 3 cards in hand. I don't know. Doesn't seem that important for me to discard 1. All right, the big attack. We take 7. Yep, this is fine. Another Lance, but they didn't play the Heck dies. Interesting. Okay, I mean, we do need to start blocking here. So we can go Lance, equip to the vendor, attack with everything. Then we'll have 2 tokens back. We play a land, so we can Dreams. And then we can't make the equip if we do that. Probably better to do the Dreams. Like, I'll still be able to get in for 5. Barring, you know, I think they'll probably interact with Gallicat, so maybe less than 5. But I think it's probably just better to dig first. Gallicat works. It's good enough. And we play a Lance. Play the second Lance? I think that matters too much. At least not right now in this combat. Alright, they stuck that. That's fine. Okay, so we get in. We play the Lance. And yeah, so now we're hoping to... We gotta block both of these. So we're gonna double block one of them. I guess the Emmet. Chump the Chocobo. Ah, Summon Shiva. Okay, so that's probably game then. Not exactly dead, but we got a double chump here. And I don't really think there's a top deck that can help us. Yeah, I'm playing Zanet. Alright, GG. Alright, this shall be our last game. We're at 6-2 now. Nice hand, too. 2 into 3 into one of these 4s. Likely Ice Magic to trigger Asajin. That's interesting, though. Okay, I think that changes things. I'm just going to run out with the Lance. Cool. So we'll play the land. We'll attack. Wyvern. Okay. They had a stop with blue and white mana, but didn't do anything. So, no, not Ice Magic. Maybe +2/+2. Yeah, +2/+2. White combat trick makes some sense here. Okay, so let us definitely get with the Flyers, and I think probably a good turn to get the vendor down. Some temptation to just leave up Swallowed because we're pretty far ahead. But this thing's just kind of crowding up our hand. And if they kill our threats, we can move the Lance over to other things later with... Yep, slash. That might be what their stop was, slash a light. Alright, you draw the blue source, which is very nice. So... yeah, I don't think I'm going to attack with this vendor. I do think it's fairly valuable to be able to keep that around. And we have Lance. Yeah, just going to play Sahagin and hold up Leviathan. Cast Dreams, it's fine. Combat tutorial. That is also okay. Okay, so we'll just Dreams here. Planisphere. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Especially if we can get it on this flyer here. Okay, we didn't draw land, so we can't keep up Leviathan plus equip plus play the Planisphere. So I guess that means we just attack with the flyer. Yeah, let's do that first. I guess there's some merit to playing Planisphere, and like in case they cast something in combat, because then I might want to counter. Yeah, I guess there's not that much downside to casting this first, right? Yep, so just keep this here. Get in. Cool. All right, I mean, things are going pretty well. What could be bad for me here? Like, Ultima, the Wrath. Soon enough, we're going to be able to just, like, send all. Okay, let's cast Dreams. White Mage's Staff, I think I can bottom. Infantry's not bad. So what happens if I attack all here? They like eat something, and if they have an interaction spell, maybe they kill something else. I can counter anything, but they might be able to like counter back or something. So I think still fine just to take it slow here. I will... do I want to equip to this now? I don't think so. I think I'm going to use my infantry. And I might like activate and play Ice Magic, so not yet. Also, just something to be said about like diversifying the threats here. Draft. Can't counter that one anyways, so all good. And for the infantry. And pass turn. Ambrosia. Okay. Maybe pick up their arms. Nope, just flashing a 2/2. And that's totally fine. Okay, so let's go get our second infantry. Combat tutorial is kind of sick. So we can go tutorial on the Planisphere creature and as long as we draw a land, which we're likely to, we have a 52% chance to hit a land according to Untapped. I guess one of those lands is tapped, but if we do that, we can both equip, like vendor equip the lance to this thing and keep up Leviathan. That seems pretty good, so I shall go for that. Okay, we did miss, unfortunately. And I don't think I should tap out of Swallow. That seems like a way to lose this game. So yeah, we'll just chill. I could also just see myself bashing with this. They block. They double block. That's not that great. So let's just chill. We don't really have anything to do aside from cast Ice Magic with our mana, but that's okay. Like, as in, if they don't cast anything I want to counter. I don't think that matters too much, though. Also, Swallowed is basically a hard removal spell at this point. We'll be able to have 7 cards in the grave if we want to. So I guess they could resolve a 1-drop if they hit a land. I can't really think of a relevant 1-drop they could play, though. Okay, we hit the land. So yeah, let's just go for that plan. I could also, maybe better to Lance, get a trigger on the Planisphere plus Dreams, and they can't keep up Swallowed, so that's not great. The thing is, like, with all their mana now, they definitely, there's a chance they have multiple spells that they'll want to cast, right? So I actually think it's better, instead of the flying plan, let's just go Dreams, trigger Sahagin, and make them answer that first. Staff. What else do I have in my deck? I've got a Lionheart, double Gallic Cat. Yeah, let's spin that. Don't need this. I also don't mind hitting lands. Lionheart's good too. Okay, yeah, we'll just get in with the Sahagin. Again, make them answer that. I assume they know I have a counterspell at this point. Like, I've been not equipping lands. It's very obvious, I would say. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so 1 removal spell done. I could have bounced it, but then I tap out of Swallowed. And again, I don't think that's very good. Yeah, I think the name of the game here is just patience. No need to rush in. We've got a ton of cards. We can just win by outcarding them. The way we lose this game is just playing into their removal spells. Letting them have a really efficient turn. Tapping out of our counterspell. You know, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so now, yeah, I play my land. And I could go Lionheart equip. I think better off to just equip here. Equip this lance. Now I'm nice rethinking. Maybe I put it on something else, actually, like an infantry. Force them to answer that first. Because it does feel like they have multiple interaction spells. Yeah, you know what? I like that. I think that's pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna play Lance. Yeah, we're playing it slow here, but we can afford to. Especially with the counterspell in hand. If I didn't have this counterspell, I would be much more willing to just like end the game before they draw into something good. But I think with the counterspell, we have that liberty to just chill. And now we have lethal, even not considering this 7/7 getting in. They'll have to use removal on like one of these cheap things. Dion. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. This is fine, though. I will not counter Dion, because we can just Ice Magic it. entry, sure. And actually, we don't even need to Ice Magic now. So, like, here's the thing, right? I have lethal... Like, they have to have 2 removal spells. So if I just don't tap out of my Leviathan, I should be okay. Because, like, Dion is not flying on my turn. So I'm just going to chill here, I think. If they do prevent lethal somehow, I can then Ice Magic Dion post-combat. Ooh, getting in. I like it. Aggressive. Okay. Oh, drawing another Lance also really helps. Okay, so yeah, we go... Lance. Trigger this. And now we get to equip the Lance to do this to this thing. And now I send it with the Flyers and the 8/8, and that should be enough. Because they need to chump the 8/8, interact with one of these Flyers, and they need to have 2 interaction spells. So I think we have our bases covered. Okay. So maybe I even played this a little bit too cautiously. Or more cautiously than I needed to. Not exactly too cautiously. I guess they kind of sound like the same thing. But I played very cautiously. I think the thing is, though, it's still okay to play cautiously there, right? Like, it doesn't punish us very many ways. I might have been reading into them having something when they didn't. But, again, I think we can afford to do that there. Anyways, nice trophy. Not a bad deck at all. Very good deck, actually. Can't complain about triple Lance and a bunch of good blue cards and... you know, synergistic white cards and all. So yeah, nice draft, and hope you enjoyed. If you did, of course, leave a like, comment, subscribe if you're not already, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.